Folks, do you remember this clip? The clip heard around the world. The clip that will be following Angel Reese for the rest of her career. As long as her games don't sell out, as long as her games don't attract a good number of celebrities, as long as her games don't have any type of viewership motion, for lack of better terms, as long as all those three facts remain the same, this clip is going to follow her forever.
Have you ever noticed how the loudest claims often fall apart under even the simplest questions? When asked to provide solid proof, bold statements can quickly lose steam. Recently, a Chicago Sky reporter asked Angel Reese about her famous comment from last season, "People watch women's basketball because of me too." Her brief two-word reply has since sparked a lot of attention, for all the wrong reasons.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
We'll reveal that awkward exchange soon, but the real story lies in the stats. Is Reese truly the main attraction, or has she been riding on Caitlin Clark's success all along? We'll explore this classic case of talking big without backing it up and why it's important not to overpromise. If you're a Clark fan, drop a baby goat in the comments instead of a baby giraffe. Let's dive in.
It's been so long since I've seen this clip, I forgot how arrogant Angel Reese sounded. I forgot how full of herself Angel Reese sounded. I forgot not only how nasty she sounded, the nasty facial expressions coinciding with her answer. You can see it clear as day. It's written on her face. She's disgusted that she's not getting the credit that she deserves.
Remember when Angel Reese boldly claimed, "People watch women's basketball because of me too"? That confident statement from last year's WNBA season didn't quite hold up in reality. Seems like the phrase "reality is coming" was aimed squarely at her.
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA. Additionally for you, this is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
At the peak of her rivalry with Caitlin Clark, Reese cast herself not only as a top player, but as a major draw for viewers. After LSU beat Iowa a couple of years ago, Reese embraced the spotlight and claimed she was just as responsible for record-breaking viewership numbers as Clark. Her message was clear. Women's basketball needed both of them equally.
So Angel Reese was asked about this exact statement, and she decided to duck it.
Fast forward to a recent press event for the Chicago Sky's 2025 season opener. A reporter directly asked Reese if she still believed that people were watching women's basketball because of her as well.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next question.
Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you. Move on to
Reese's answer? 2 short, uncomfortable words, and then moving on. The room grew quiet with awkwardness. No explanation, no stats to support her earlier claim, just a quick dodge that said more than a full answer could.
Now, keep in mind, whoever asked this, and there's people clowning the person that asked this, it was her statement going during the basketball season from last year, and the person's asking for her current feelings on said statement, her own statement. She pulled a next question. She ducked that. She duck goose that right out of existence.
That moment was more than awkward. It was telling. Faced with her own words, Reese couldn't back them up with facts. Why bother? The numbers tell a very different story than the one she sold last year. For example, last year, the Chicago Sky drew an average of only 8,000 fans per home game. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever sold out every game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, packing over 17,000 fans each time.
She talked about sold out arenas. What arenas are selling out that Caitlin Clark isn't playing in? I need to know. I need to know. But the Las Vegas Aces. No, the Las Vegas Aces sell out their season tickets. Tell me somebody who's selling out every damn place they go that's not named Caitlin Clark. Tell me somebody who's attracting celebrities, numerous celebrities everywhere they go, not named
Now let's jump to this year and look at Reese's preseason homecoming game at LSU, where she should have had massive fan support. This is where she made her name, won a championship, and grew her following. But only about 6,000 fans showed up at Pete Maravich Assembly Center, which seats over 13,000. That's less than half full. Not exactly a glowing endorsement of her star appeal.
Her statements from last year, that's from a circus. That was a clown show statement to have made about watching for us and blah, 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 blah.
Things look even worse when you check out her other preseason games. The Chicago Sky's home game versus the Minnesota Lynx drew just 4,600 fans. Think about that. Her own WNBA home court couldn't even fill 5,000 seats. Then another game against the Lynx, this time in Minnesota, attracted only 7,600 attendees, and most of them were likely there to support the home team. These aren't the numbers of a player sparking a basketball revolution. They're just typical WNBA attendance figures.
We're going to find out very quickly who amongst the Chicago Sky fans are really and truly basketball fans, or are they Angel Reese, the content creator fans? Because, and you got some of those folks obviously tuning in for basketball, but is it because of Angel Reese or for the best interest of the Chicago Sky team and you want to see them win ball games?
The pattern is crystal clear. Game after game, the crowd sizes tell a story Reese doesn't want to face. After the LSU game, Reese's mother tried to manage the fallout on social media by posting,
Angel Reese's mom taking to X to tweet this. After all of the hullabaloo about Caitlin Clark and the high ratings, she says, that certain fan base looking in the stands celebrating attendance, while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championship banners. We ain't the same. Different year, same haters. Have a great day. Well, all right. It is a different year, and it is the same haters, but I think you're calling yourself out, Mama Reese.
Her defensive tone was telling. When you can't win on facts, you attack the messengers. That awkward moment wasn't just Reese avoiding a tough reporter. It was her sidestepping the hard truth about her real impact on attendance. She made a claim she can't prove, and now the evidence is catching up. The numbers don't need spin or interpretation. They speak for themselves. And these attendance stats will look even worse once we compare them to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever's figures. The facts about Reese's drawing power are harsh, and she's not ready to admit it. Saying you're a draw and actually being one are two very different things.
And said next question, so she doesn't want to take responsibility for her own words.
While Reese sidesteps questions about her influence, Caitlin Clark lets the numbers do the talking. The data paints such a clear picture, it's almost embarrassing for anyone who tries to compare themselves to her.
Angel Reese voluntarily went on a, quote, they're watching for me too, and I want y'all to realize that rant, because she wanted that attention. She created the drama, asking her about her comment as we enter a new season is perfectly normal and not stirring things up. Absolutely.
Take Clark's homecoming game at Carver Hawkeye Arena, where all 15,000 seats sold out in just 45 minutes. That's faster than a single quarter of basketball lasts. Fans weren't just buying tickets, they were rushing like their lives depended on it. It wasn't just a game, it was a phenomenon. It's what people call Caitlin Clark mania.
It's Caitlin Clark mania, and here we go again. 1.3 million people tuned in on Sunday afternoon to see Caitlin Clark return to Iowa as a professional and start raining in three-pointers from ridiculous distance.
Reese's supporters might say her fan base is limited to Iowa and Indiana. But let's look at the proof. In 2024, Clark's jersey was the second best-selling jersey in all of basketball, only behind Steph Curry. Reese? Not even in the top 10. Clark's the only WNBA player on the list. That means she's outselling NBA veterans with multiple championships, including LeBron James. Analysts even predict she'll climb to second place in all-time WNBA jersey sales during her sophomore season. These aren't just impressive numbers, they're historic.
What about viewership? Tell me everybody who's getting consistently over 1 million views on their basketball games, not named Caitlin. Oh, okay. And then Angel Reese goes into, I'll be happy to play the villain role. I'll be happy to play the villain, but don't be mean to me. Don't be mean to me. But I'll be happy to play the villain role.
Want to see the difference in ticket prices? Look at the preseason games featuring Clark. Tickets averaged over $600 each, not a typo, just to watch exhibition games. These prices would make some NBA teams envious. In fact, it's the highest average ticket price ever recorded for any basketball game at any level, men's or women's college included. Clark didn't just break records, she smashed them.
Angel Reese, why are we next? This guy set you up perfectly to give an answer of you being full of yourself. Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. They are only watching because of me too. They only know that other girl because of me too. They only go to her games instead of my games because of me too. They only watch all of her games instead of watching all of my games because of me too. She's the #1 jersey seller in the WNBA. Why? Because of me too. That's why. Time Magazine Sports, because of me. Everything Caitlin Clark has is because of me.
Ever hear bold claims fall flat when asked for proof? That's exactly what happened when Angel Reese bragged, "People watch women's basketball because of me too." But when a reporter pressed her, Reese's two-word reply left everyone speechless. No facts, no defense, just silence. Meanwhile, the numbers tell a totally different story. Last season, Reese's home games barely filled half the arena, while Caitlin Clark's games sell out in minutes. Clark's jersey was the second best-selling in all basketball last year. Yes, even beating some NBA legends. Tickets for Clark's preseason games? Over $600 on average. This isn't just hype, it's a phenomenon. If you're Team Clark, comment "Baby Goat" below and watch the facts unfold. The real question, who's driving women's basketball forward?